YouTube community. My name is Space Tunes. I am one of the music producers currently on SoundCloud, and I just recently got involved with this cool new app by Akai Professional, which is affiliated with Retronyms. I'm really excited about it. You can find this app in the App Store for about $4.99, so it's really cost effective, and in comparison to the larger units, of course. But this is awesome. This is amazing. I'm really excited to be a part of this experience. I'm going to take you into the sampling screen. I have a little record player icon in the corner here. These are your pads. This is where you're going to eventually assign each individual sample that you chop from a record, one at a time. It's like so. I have a drum breakbeat in there. That's not usually what I use. I just put it in there for just to illustrate how it works. So I'm going to delete those, as you can see, but I'm going into the record player, and I have Al Green sample, a song by Al Green. It's a classic song. It's been sampled a whole bunch of times, so I'm just using it at the moment for demonstration purposes. So we're gonna this is the way you get the song to play. This is pitch adjustment right here, so you can make the pitch higher, pitch lower, and you could even scratch with this. Pretty cool. It's not an advanced turntable, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so we're just gonna do a quick. This is where you would start sampling. It's a record button. So I don't know if you can see it, and I apologize for that, but this is where, right at the top, it says sample new sound right under it, and this is the audio paste. So actually, sorry, take it back. I'm gonna retry it. Hit record first. I usually take it one snippet at a time. These little sliders allow you to edit the waveform, which is the sound that you have captured. So you're gonna. This is my personal preference and my style of how to produce. I'm gonna put it in a category, which are your categories right here. You could also name it here at the top. And I'm just gonna do it quickly right now, so we don't have a lot of time. So funk soul. And I'm going to save it to funk soul. Now it's in that pad. I'm going to move it because there's an empty pad here, so I'm going to move it here. So you can move it anywhere around to any pad, which is cool. And then I'll just delete it from there. So you're sliding it off the board deletes it. That's cool. So now this pad is selected, which allows me to go to the next sample. Bring it right back. So, just captured that. That was the beginning. Now I'm editing the sample again. Again, I love to personally chop it finely. Some people like to loop the entire sound, which is a little more recognizable in my opinion. I think that's the lazy way to do production, but it's ultimately your decision. So I'm going to save that in the funk soul section because I want to individually chop it so that I can rearrange it later on so that it's not identifiable immediately. Now I selected the third pad. I took the third snippet. This is a time-consuming process, but if you're passionate about this, then it'll still be fun. That may have been the same sample I took. I don't really remember. Let me double check. No, it's actually new. So now I'm going to go to the fourth snippet, new pad, on the next row here. Take it back. So now I'm going to save it to Funk Soul category. You can always re-fine tune it if you're not happy with the way it's starting. If it's starting slightly off, you can always go back. So we're going to go to this next pad, take it back a little bit. Do the same thing again. Select the new pad. Now you go here. See that part right there? I'm pretty sure that most producers who are probably not as experienced would just take that snippet because it sounds so cool. But then this song has been sampled so many times, so chances of it sounding original slim to none. So for me, I like to isolate, individual tiny snippets so that I can rearrange them later on. These are all fill-ins you could have, even if they're that short. Go back. So I'm going to take the second note. And I could have made copies of it, but I forgot. I'm going to show you what I meant by making copies. So I'm going to save that whole entire thing, but then I'm going to cut it up into pieces, is what I meant to say before. Sorry about that. So I'm going to drag it and drop it, drag it and drop it, drag it and drop it. If you don't want the sound to keep playing like that, you can hit the mute on this pad group function button. Turn them all blue. Then it won't constantly play over. So I'm going to hit the pencil icon here to edit it. Take that one individual chop. And then go to the second. I might keep that as an additive for like a 4th bar, 8 bar, or even a 16 bar ending. But then later on I could always cut it up again if I want, which is cool. Now I'm going to go back into the edit. You get the idea, more or less. So now, we've taken a lot of snippets. I mean, I would go on to the whole song. It's a very time-consuming process. Again, you gotta be passionately committed to this art, because it's you know, there will be ups and downs, but as long as you love it, it'll be fun. So I'm gonna show you quickly how to alter the pitch. You hit 16 levels right here, and you just so you decide which one you want to experiment with. Wait, actually, we're gonna go back to that edit screen, because these are in green, and because they're in green, they're gonna keep playing. You gotta mute them. You don't have to, but I prefer to do that. Gives you more control over the sample. Here we go. So then I kind of like this. See, I need more sample options in here before I decide what I'm going to turn into a song. So this is just basically a quick, rundown of how to sample into your individual pads. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to shoot me, a quick email through YouTube. I'm more than happy to answer them. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.